Meanwhile, the Trump administration is now investigating Oregon's Department of Human Services over its policy requiring foster parents to support LGBTQ kids in their care. The Federal Administration for Children and Families sent this letter to the department yesterday. They seemingly made reference to a case that we've been covering for several years here on The Story. Jessica Bates, a single mom from Malheur County, wanted to become a foster parent and eventually adopt 2 siblings. But her foster parent certification was denied when she told DHS she could not support things like gender-affirming care or using a child's chosen pronouns because of her Christian beliefs. She sued the state, claiming they were violating her free speech and freedom of religion rights. Now, at first, a judge ruled against her, but after the case was appealed, a different judge ruled that she should be allowed to continue the certification process. Back in July, she told us she still planned on getting certified as a foster parent and that she would not allow a child to express a different gender identity.
Just like my biologicals, I probably will not allow them to do any permanent, any hormone injections, anything that's going to rob them of their God-given body and everything that they can't fix later. That's can't take it back. Like girls getting a deep voice and those sorts of things, and your fertility, those sorts of things. I wouldn't allow them to probably, and when they're 18 and they're adults, they're free.
Bates' lawsuit is still being adjudicated at the district level, but the Administration for Children and Families calls the initial denial of Bates as a foster parent deeply troubling. Now, in the letter to DHS, they wrote, "No child is made safer when the state shuns willing, stable, and loving homes. No child is better off when hyper-partisan policies are placed above permanency and what is best for the child." They also told us, with a national shortage of loving, safe, appropriate foster families, states cannot afford to turn away religious foster parents, a group that is twice as likely to foster and adopt. Faith communities have been and continue to be essential partners in this mission, providing not just homes, but comprehensive support systems for children in need. Now, the acting Assistant Secretary of the Administration for Children and Families went on with a not-so-veiled threat, writing, "As you know, I have the responsibility of monitoring how federal funds are used and ensuring that federal law is upheld." Now, according to Children's Rights, an advocacy group for kids in the welfare system, about 30% of kids in foster care identify as LGBTQ, and they face higher rates of abuse in the system. We wanted to ask ACF how they plan to address that, but because of the government shutdown, they didn't respond to our request. The Oregon Department of Human Services says they stand in support of the LGBTQ community, and they're working on their next steps. They wrote, they're reviewing its rules and policies for resource parents and prospective adoptive parents, continuing its commitment to ensuring that all children and young people in foster care, including those who are LGBTQIA2S+, have access to a safe and supportive environment provided by loving caregivers that are responsive to their individual needs.